Evening, welcome to the Rams review from RamsTV. It's Owen Bradley with former Derby captain Sean Barker alongside, bringing you some reaction to a defeat for Derby tonight. The Rams have lost at Pride Park for just the second time this season, beaten 2-1 by Swansea. The damage was done for the Rams inside the opening 15 minutes. Zan Vipotnik opening the scoring after just 90 seconds and Ronald doubling the lead 13 minutes in. The Rams regrouped, were much better through the second part of the first half and throughout the second when Nathaniel Mendez-Lang pulled one back for the penalty spot, but it was not enough. Yeah, there were times in that game where it felt inevitable that Derby would get an equaliser, but they ran out of steam, Sean Barker.
They did, and unfortunately the first 15-20 minutes of the game was enough for Swansea to take all 3 points. We started slow, 2 poor goals to concede. We didn't press with aggression and intensity. We allowed them to dictate the play. They probably had 70-80% of possession and were building through the pitch really, really well. And we just never really laid a glove on them. Then after 20 minutes, all of a sudden, a little bit more aggression, a little bit more being on the front foot. We got the ball down, we got it to wide players, and we created more than enough opportunities to take something from the game, even after being 2 down. So it's frustrating, the first 20 minutes or so. We didn't start the game well, and in this division you can get punished, and that's exactly what Swansea did, because I think they had 3 chances in the game. They scored 2 in the first 15-16 minutes, and from that point it was always going to be difficult. Spirited, good performance, but unfortunately left too much to get something from the game.
And just a second defeat in 9 for Derby, but they have only won 1 in that sequence as well. Let's get some reaction from the camp. Here's Paul Warne.
Yeah, mixed emotions really. I'm really proud of how we got about the game after the first 25 minutes. We just didn't start the game great, and that's on me. I'm the one who motivates them and sends them out and message the lads of what we've got to try and do. And unfortunately, my messaging couldn't have gone through because we didn't play with the intensity that I want them to play. We didn't press with the intensity or the aggression, really. That's what it felt like. And I just felt that we just looked very much unlike ourselves, but just looked easy to play against. That's what it looked like. And obviously I'll watch it back and I might be miles off, but I don't think I will be. And then after that, I thought we were really good. I thought we were unlucky with a penalty on Callum. A couple of set pieces, it looked like it was going over the line. It didn't. And then we speak to him at half-time, and the honest truth is, I said, I don't want to change shape. I don't think it's a tactical thing. I think it's you just got to play at a real tempo. And I thought second half we were great. I really enjoyed it. I know no one wants to hear their manager say they enjoyed a defeat, but the lads give everything they could, tried to score, tried to get back in the game. There were some really good performances, and when we pressed with a lot more intensity, we just kept getting the ball back. And and I was really, really pleased with them for 75% of the game. But at this level, you can't afford to start bad, especially at home, because if you go a goal down, I understand how it works. The fans want you to get the ball back quicker, and it adds a little bit to the team. But we deserved that because we didn't start well enough. So we didn't put on a performance befitting a Derby shirt in the first 20 minutes. But after that, I thought we did.
I know you can generally point at any goal and say there were defensive issues, but do you think maybe you were stunned a little bit by the quality of that opening goal 90 seconds in?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we were stunned. I just didn't think we came out of the traps very well, nor did we in either half. I mean, our kick-off for the second one wasn't great either. So, God, I've got the itchiest nose when I do interviews, sorry. So I don't think it was the fact that we got shocked, or if we did get shocked, we should get shocked into life, not into more immobility. So, I just thought we tried to get back. I thought it weirdly, and this sounds crazy, but I thought apart from the 2 goals, we were all right first half. And I said to the lads then, if we went in at 0-0, you think, we're doing all right here. Well, be good shooting that end as we always are, and we'll cause them problems. And I just thought our play today, I think, we had 18 shots or something. That's the most I think we've had in the champ this year. But you don't always get what you deserve, and I thought we would deserve it of a point. Whether we would deserve it of 3, I would say yes, but so that's the disappointment for me. You just can't, like last year, I think, against let's say, Bristol Rovers at home. No offence to Bristol Rovers fans, if you're watching RamsTV, you're crazy. But if we'd have gone 2-0 down, we'd have probably won 3 or 4-2 because we had really good players in the league. For us in this league, we have to be at our very best to pick up points, and we definitely can't afford to give any team in this league a 2-goal start and hope to come back. We did everything we could to get back, but unfortunately not enough.
It's a squad game. You're going to need everybody, especially over the next few weeks with the Christmas period.
Yeah.
Tom Barkhuizen got his first minutes in a while. Looked bright when he came on.
Yeah, he looked good, didn't he? Really pleased with him. Like, I don't dislike any of my players, so anyone who's not in the team or in the squad or out of the squad, they're all here because I want them to be here. I like all the players. So yeah, I thought Tom done well when he came on. Days was a handful again. It was so disappointing that Tom's cross didn't just be an inch higher, because Colo round the back would have been a befitting equaliser for the team, and there was good performances throughout. I was a bit concerned Cal was on a yellow card, so we changed the left side of the pitch, obviously, brought Tom on, and that's the thing, and I understand as well that when you take an attacking player off, like the fans are like, what are you taking him off for? He's really good, but I'm putting another really good attacking player, or I think I am, so all the subs were done for the right reason. We were trying to get after the game. Tomo came on, had a positive effect. And I've still got some fresh legs to go on Sunday, and we're going to need to be better because Sheffield Wednesday, when I watched them last night, were very good. So we're going to need everyone behind the team and put on a positive performance, hopefully, for the whole 96 minutes.
Paul Warne there, and yeah, it will be fascinating to see what he does with the side against Sheffield Wednesday on Sunday. Not too long to turn around for that one, Sean. And Derby will obviously want to make sure they don't start on Sunday the way they started tonight, behind after 90 seconds, to what was, in fairness, a brilliant goal. Yeah,
it's a wonderful finish. As soon as he has that first touch and he finds the top corner, you know that there wasn't too much you could have done. I think we could have got tighter on that left-hand side, maybe stopped the ball coming in, but the touch and finish was sublime. And 90 seconds, I think he only had 4 or 5 touches of the ball from that point onwards, because Swansea played the ball through the pitch. They used the goalkeeper. I thought Grimes was excellent, dropping in deep and dictating the play. And for a centre forward to only have a couple of touches but finish a goal like that, it was a wonderful finish. The second one a little bit more frustrating because, again, we showed them too much respect. We gave them too much time on the edge of the box. It was a lovely reverse, didn't track our runner, and unfortunately that second goal was the goal that really kind of was too much to get back. But the effort and the desire to get back in, the quality to get into the final third, the balls into the box, the threat we had. And I mentioned it in commentary, it didn't feel like luck was on our side too, and I especially feel for Eiran Jackson, who had 2 or 3 opportunities and it just didn't fall for him.
Well, if we look at the stats, I mean, the one I just mentioned off air, Derby have had 6 shots from inside the 6-yard box tonight, which is certainly a season high. Bags of opportunities. I appreciate game state dictates a little bit that Swansea are bound to drop off a bit at 2-0, but is the frustration that Derby didn't start the way that they played from 20 minutes on?
Yeah, well, I don't think that Swansea necessarily just drop off because they were still pressing at times. They were still trying to force the pressure onto Derby. They didn't have time to build through the pitch, Derby, because they worked hard. The difference is our out of possession and wasn't aggressive in the first 20 minutes. We didn't get after them. I mentioned maybe one of the midfielders had to bump on and a centre-half might have to bump on. There wasn't enough maybe belief in the way that Swansea played and the rotations, the fullbacks coming inside the pitch. We saw Cullen dropping into midfield. They try and overload that central area. We had to be a little bit more aggressive to win it higher up the pitch. And after 20 minutes, you're then chasing. And because we're chasing, there's a little bit more front-footedness. We know that we need to get tired. We need to be winning the ball higher up. So I think it was more about us not doing what we should have done in terms of the out-of-possession stuff. And naturally, you get the ball down and we put balls into the box. We ask them some questions defensively. I didn't think they looked that great after 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes that they were the dominant side and we allowed that.
And when you look at some of the chances, I mean, Eiran Jackson's is obviously the one that stands out. Dejuan Brown has one off target late stages. There were some really good opportunities for Derby there.
There was. We've looked at games this season that we've drawn or won and not had that many clear-cut chances. And again, some of it, you have days where the luck just doesn't go for you, because if you think about some of the chances, it was deflections and it seemed to go nicely to the goalkeeper. The keeper didn't have too many saves to make, but we were asking questions. We were getting in the box. It was all us for 60 odd minutes, and it just wasn't enough. And Paul mentioned it there. If you find yourself 2 down in the Championship, it's a very, very difficult job and task to get back in the game. And it always felt like while you're chasing, it might open up, but it never really did. I think Swansea had another half chance on the edge of the box. It was all Derby, but you just can't start like that. It's as simple as, and there's lessons to be learnt. We've got to bounce back quickly. The unfortunate thing is Swansea leapfrog us. They get themselves in a really positive position, and we now start worrying about people below us rather than looking above. So frustrating. There's definitely a decent performance for long spells, but the first 20 minutes cost us.
Derby did get a goal. It proved to be a consolation. Nathaniel Mendes-Lange converting a penalty, won by Tom Barkhuizen. How encouraged were you by his performance off the bench? First time we've seen him in a while.
Yeah, Box has been a player that's been a bit hit and miss for Derby. He's either excellent or he can be left behind a little bit, and we've seen that with being in and out of the squad. So we've seen it with injuries and maybe a lack of form. Box has got a natural talent of getting past players. He can drop in little positions. He can score goals. He is a threat, and I think we've seen the best of him when he's come off the bench at times with Paul, because he offers that athleticism, that pace, that willingness to get in the box. So bright for him. Another player that we've got back fit that is in the attacking line that can change a game. He was bright when he came on. He obviously won the penalty from Cyrus Christie, who was really sloppy, sticking a foot in. So yeah, I think there was some positive things to come from this game. It's just really frustrating and really disappointing that you're not coming away with at least a point, because I think if we get back to 2-2, I think everyone leaves happy knowing that it started poorly. But when you lose the game to a team that's right next to you and obviously leapfrog you, that becomes that little bit more frustrating.
Let's get some more reaction. We can hear from a disappointed Eiran Cashin.
Disappointed, really. We didn't start good enough, and we can't really afford to let teams go 2-0 up against us in this league. I thought our reaction was good, but it's all right doing it when you're 2-0 down. We need to be, especially at home, at 0-0, we need to be a bit more braver, be a bit more courageous, both on the ball and off the ball. So yeah, there's definitely things we can get better at, but I think we probably had enough to get something out of the game, so disappointed.
Can you sort of sum up what happened in that opening 20 minutes?
Yeah, I like the gaffer set us up well. We didn't change anything. I just think maybe we ran a little bit harder, tackled a bit more, and sort of the non-negotiables that Derby's always been so good at that we weren't good at in the first 25 minutes. So really frustrating on that part. And then you can see when we did get it right and we did put it together, we were so much better. We looked dangerous, and we were the only team really that were looking to score.
It definitely felt like at times if you got one, you'd probably go on and get the equaliser. Did sort of steam just run out, time run out? Yeah,
I think so. I mean, they've made some unbelievable blocks. We've hit the bar, we've hit the post. We've had chances. We've had plenty of chances. It's probably the most dangerous we've been all season. But yeah, it's just one of them days where when we scored the first, I thought we was going to go on and get another. Could really feel it, and I think we smelled a bit of blood. But they just, I wouldn't say they rode the luck, but they defended well. And that's what they do when they're away from home. They defended well. But just frustrating, because if they're not 2-0 up, I think we go on and we'd end up going and cruising really. So just frustrated with that.
Are you glad to be back here on Sunday then to try and put it right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's the only thing we can do. Just recover now and make sure Sunday we're bang at it.
There is Eiran Cashin results from the Championship's midweek round of fixtures then. The major headline last night, well really today, was the defeat for Sheffield, victory for Sheffield Wednesday at Hull, which has cost Tim Bolter his job. So another Championship side looking for a new manager. In the games tonight, big win for Queen's Park Rangers at Cardiff. That takes QPR off the bottom of the table. Leeds back to the top with victory over Luton. Blackburn winning at Middlesbrough. And another postponement for Portsmouth. Their game at the weekend at Blackburn was called off due to a waterlogged pitch. A power issue at Fratton Park tonight means their game against Millwall does not go ahead. Table then leads back to the top. Sheffield United right there with them. They would be above them if not for the points deduction. Burnley and Sunderland keeping pace as well. Swansea go 11th after their victory tonight. Derby would have gone 10th if they'd won this evening. Instead, the Rams 15th, still 5 points clear of the bottom three, facing Sheffield Wednesday, of course, on Sunday. And we'll be back with you for that one. Do join us if you can. For now, from me, Barks, and the team, goodbye.